the EU brackets where there was only one DNA lab and it was at the very end, and a desperate play to try to regain some traction. Here we're going to be starting off right away with a nice defensive, protective arena. Lots of space, lots of room, plenty of tubes to give both players lots of time to plan out their course of action and to try to dance around and outwit their foe. Starting things out, we are seeing Piper doing a very solid job of just that, utilizing the Tri-Blast and Slap-O-Mander to just poke and jab at Vert, stealing away bits and bites of his health. As Vert trying to find his way in and make this approach and try to start getting some pressure rolling. Starting things off, he's getting a couple of good hits. Piper holding onto a light lead still. If Vert went for the grab there, he might have been able to balance things out. He does have a good rush. If he just throws it out, he's probably going to power through anything Piper has, and we are going to see 280 damage as a result. Piper responding with a rush of his own, ends up missing most, if not all, of the Tri-Blast, which means that Vert now still has a bit of health to work with, and he's got that Enrage to be able to just throw out those permacharged arms. But so far he is struggling to find a way in as those pokes with the Tri-Blast, the Mander, just chipping away at his health. Now both players already at last hit standing. Whoever gets the next hit will be claiming this first point. And it's going to be Piper with the Tri-Blast coming out just a little bit faster than the Toaster. Diving into this next round, Piper going to be throwing out a quick rush and is going to quickly whiff it as Vertical just dodges aside, making sure to take little to no damage from that. It's going to be able to start asserting with the rush ready. And some solid deflect and pressure play coming in. Out comes the rush. Manages to get a restand, does not follow up effectively with it, tries to go for the grab, but Piper gonna stay on top of things, make sure that he is able to box it down. Out comes the rush, and this will be a shield. It's not even gonna be a shield breaker as Piper slows down the flurry of Tri-Blast bolts, allowing Vertical again to just not have his shield broken, keep up this pressure, and keep on with the fight. Shield chip starting to come in. That's going to weaken that shield, but a heavy rush like this is going to be very difficult for Piper to fight through, and Vertical going to be able to land a confident KO as a result, securing himself a score point, not a set point. Stage definitely working out a lot more in Vertical's favor now that those tubes are gone. Piper switching away from the Tri-Blast. Now he doesn't have those pillars to really just capitalize on those setups that he was going for. He's going to focus a little bit more on boxing. But so far, Vertical just staying on top of things, holding on to a light lead, and just outboxing everything Piper has to offer. Holding a little bit more control, but a quick whiff on the grab is going to allow Piper to set up a little bit more control on the field. Vertical trying to find his way in, set up some kind of grab opportunity, some rush confirm, and he sees the chance. Piper locked into that corner, cannot dodge, ends up taking 260 damage. Vertical whiffing that finishing touch. Piper now in a position where his rush can KO, and he's starting to get more options. If he gets another good trade, any hit will KO on Vert. Vertical doing his best to build up, but he's going to get caught by the slaps. Ends up falling before the roaster could connect. He's still in this. Piper not able to connect the full burst of the rush. Tries to outbox Piper, but the deflect going to come in strong and steals that chance away, whiffing that rush. It is essential to be able to get those rushes down pat. Know the timing, because if you don't, you're going to end up whiffing, and it could cost you the set. Alright, heading into the next round. It looks like Piper's going to be taking us over to Sparring Ring, which... curious to see how this works out. As this is definitely going to be a little bit more difficult for Piper. I would honestly say it's going to be more difficult for Piper here, as a lot of his greatest strengths were coming from keeping Vertical at bay. Now he doesn't have any of those corners. He doesn't have his hiding places. No pillars, no space. Which means that can be very easy for Vertical just to corner him out. So far, Tri-Blast making some good work. Vertical getting poked out. Even in this close range stage, if you know what you're doing, you can kind of keep your foe at bay. It definitely looks like Piper is used to doing that here, as he's quickly jabbing away at Vertical's health. Vert's only just a little bit away from taking Piper down to 75, where Vert is on his last 25 and can only take one hit from an uncharged poke. Anything else would be a KO, but we do have Vertical with the Enrage. That can mean that his arms do have so much more impact, but it's not going to be enough, as Piper does find that final Tri-Blast poke, securing himself a first point. Pineapple grab coming out quick. Vert not ready to respond. Ends up getting caught out. This is now going to be fighting this with a 150 health deficit. It's going to be worsened after two charged Manders reach in, successfully connect. Vertical just struggling to keep up with this pace right now. Able to find his way in. Piper safely dodging out of the way, only taking 30 damage of chip at the end. Another solid rush. Only getting 285 out of it. But it should be okay, as he's going to be able to secure the KO and brings the score to 1-1. I'm glad you enjoy Annika. I find it very... It's appropriate. It's too much work to update it. I mean, granted, I only do these like every other week now, but even then it's like having to change it twice in a day is an easy thing to forget. So what better way to work around that than I always have the link up ready for myself anyways, so it's like just click on it, put it in chat. Like, the setup is much more effort than just doing the thing here. And this stuff isn't big enough anyway, so it's like maybe two people during an event will be looking for a link. So, like, all that work and effort just to... when I could just, like, drop the link like this, just easier for me. Heading into our next round, it looks like we're going to be sticking with Sparring Ring. Kind of would like to see Vertical just try and gun it again. A lot of it just seems like he just could not find his way in and wasn't comfortable fighting in Sparring Ring nearly as much as Piper was. That said, Parabola seems to be doing a pretty solid job already, chasing down Piper in this close, tight location. Is allowing for some decent damage. Piper still keeping it close and even, just a little bit at deficit. Both players now ready with Rush, looking for that sweet opportunity to go in and secure that heavy burst. Both just focusing on a pretty steady boxing pattern. Piper just keeping up enough to make sure that Vertical not able to get those deflects. Ooh, nice dodge. And he's going to be able to stay out of harm's way, only taking 30 points. It's, yeah, it definitely looks like Piper really needs to sit it down. He's had some really bad luck with that Mander and whatever arm he has alongside it. But it could easily just be the fact that, like, he needs to practice it more, because just missing out on so much damage getting the Slap-O-Mander just to lift his opponent in the air and then not being able to bring anything out in response. Both players are ready with rush. You know Vert is looking for a rush opportunity. Piper not wanting to give him one, but he's going to end up dashing right into the parabola. The rush going to stick, but that is going to not be enough, as he ends up not being able to follow up with the juggle. Again, not an... If he had a little more experience lining that rush up, I could see him being able to catch that. That looked like something that you could have followed up and continued that pain, but he just had things positioned in a way where Piper was able to safely slip out. And now Vertical going to be switching right back over to the Chakram, looking to try to do just what I was figuring. Try to swing with that curve arm, just have some good coverage and just keep mid-close range and just play safe and smart. Throws out the toaster to his detriment. That means that Piper is going to get 270 damage. Again, whipping out on a decent amount of damage, but Piper going to dodge a lot on his own, only taking 225. Triblast not necessarily holding out as well as it did that previous time, as Vertical just making a lot better calls, getting some really nice damage in, and is just slowly chipping away at Piper's health, who now is on last hit basis. I think Piper could KO with the rush, but he would have had to be able to get the full burst in, and considering he's been struggling to do that, I don't think it would have happened. We are going to be seeing one final round between these two. Whoever takes this one will be advancing into the semifinals of the bracket. Vertical going to be starting off strong, quickly diving in, and successfully baits out the rush. Only taking some shield chip damage and a quick final touch knockback at the end, taking 10 additional. Piper is going to do some pretty solid exchanges in neutral though, bringing that lead back to even. Well, both players quickly building up another rush, and we are very likely going to be seeing another exchange coming in just a few moments. Vertical trying to go in for a very wide covered rush, or grab. He is going to throw out the rush, 310 damage. A final hit is all he needs. And Piper just trying to box and play and outwit Vertical, but he's not going to have any luck with this. And with that, Vertical will be advancing 2-1. I cannot let you, as registration closed. You would need to pre-register for one of these events if you want to participate, and you've got to be in the right region too. Calomania, are you EU or NA? Because I can drop you a link for the appropriate bracket. Alright, and with that, Vertical will be successfully taking Piper down in a surprising 2-1. Is currently awaiting his next opponent. Adam Brain currently at a 1-0 advantage against J-Ro. And I'm not sure necessarily how Mystery Man and Racha are going, but it looks like it's going pretty close right here. Seems like they're having a bit of issues. Update on the other side as well. Askew was able to take One Slayer 1 down 2-0 and is currently awaiting his opponent, which will either be Racha or Mystery Man. Honestly, a lot of these are very close matches. It's hard for me to say. Beyond Askew and One Slayer, I could see most of these going either way. Mystery Man's definitely leveled up his play the more we've seen. Racha just a solid Kid Cobra. Adam Brain still developing, figuring things out, and learning that Masengo, unless they've switched back to Twintel, which Twintel is just scary. And then J-Ro is J-Ro. You got the scary biting bark who just keeps pushing people back a bay. Like, a lot of these can just go any which way. Not sure who took that one. It might have been Adam. Yeah, it looks like Adam. So we're going to continue on with that side. We're going to get Vert and Adam Brain to face off next on stream. And then after that, we should be able to do the Askew versus one of the others. We'll hit up the winners finals, and then we'll just catch up with the lower bracket based on how things are rolling from there. Hopefully you are all doing well. Do not mind the clicks. I should probably find a better... I don't know where I would put the mic that's better. There's not really any good places. This mouse is just stupid loud. Also doesn't help that this mouse is like dying. The wheel doesn't work anymore. It was a bad cheap mouse in the first place, so that's not too surprising, but... Alright, so we've got Adam Brain, we've got Vertical Hunger. These two just doing good. They do good things with their character. They play the game well. I have to see how well they play against each other though, because only one will be advancing in bracket. And yeah, it looks like we're going sparring. I should make Sky Arena just another arena, and then I should make the stream lobby like the Jumbotron or something like that. Still need to figure that stuff out. Alright, so we're going to be heading into here. Adam Brain going in Scully, Chilla. Two very scary arms, but for very different reasons. Curious to see how these two are going to synergize with each other. We're going to be going in with the Chakram Toaster, sticking with the tried and true, and making good work with it too. Starting off with a good Chakram confirm and securing a light health lead. Quick poison jab. Adam slowing down Vertical's movement and allowing for a little bit more time to try to create some kind of opportunity. He's ending up going to throw out the rush, only to leave himself completely vulnerable as Vertical quickly punishes it out, getting 330 damage out of the exchange and knocking Adam into critical. Adam just trying to find his way in, trying to capitalize on some manner of an opportunity, but it looks like he's just struggling to find that breathing room that he needs. Finally getting a knockdown hat, chooses to put on that yellow mask. That means he is capable of building rush much more quickly, and that's going to give him a nice shield as well. Likely going to try to bait something out from Vert. Adam not able to bring out the yellow mask rush in time. That was the perfect moment for him to try to punish it. Yeah, Vert going to be able to run away with that, getting the KO and that first round point. Adam Brain definitely not satisfied with how that Scully was working alongside the Chilla. He's going to go hard in on the freeze combos. Chilla, cooler, and quickly 295 damage, setting himself up with a light lead in tempo, only to have it quickly jabbed out by the Toaster and a chakra grab combo, knocking him below half health, and Vert quickly resecuring a hearty lead in this matchup. Vert just not ready for that grab, ends up taking 180, another 180 as Adam just catching that quick dash movement. The deflect just not present enough. Red Mask is away, but probably for the best considering it's just so much easier for Vert to be able to dance around and get these pressures and plays. Tries to go in for the response, but Vertical quick and ready to bring out the shield. Manages to make things work, and Adam going to be able to power through Vertical's critical enrage, and is going to secure a point, bringing the score to 1-1. Straight into this next round. Looks like Vertical just going to set up to focus a hard counter on those gloves and just those light minuscule movements, going in double Toaster to try to just box out everything Adam has. But so far, it is not working out in his favor. Adam getting the Yellow Mask charged up, nice and ready yet again. Looking for a chance. That's going to be a perfect opportunity, and Vertical not going to be able to outwit it this time, as the Yellow Mask perfectly protects Adam Brain and allows him to deal the full damage and taking away Vert's rush as a result. We do have Vertical close range and pressured with the double Toasters, is trying to barrage him down but cannot get much more damage. Quickly building up a rush. If he gets one more charged Toaster to connect, that will definitely be it. But Adam gonna slip right over his attacks. Manages to land a grab and secures himself the first point with an excellent setup. Alright, diving into the next round, it looks like we are going to be seeing both characters sticking to their guns. Vaidosh definitely going to be a very good stage for Vertical if he can just get that pressure, get that chase rolling. That said, if Adam can find his tune, figure out what he's looking for, he might be able to keep Vertical at bay, give himself nice space. The first exchange kind of works out in Adam's favor, as he does have a chance to quickly put on whatever mask is available, should he feel it is important. But beyond that, deflect and good corner pressure can be an extremely potent tool. Adam looking like he's going to go in with the red mask again, and it is working out well, as he's going to quickly go in for the chase. Vert trying to keep up the pressure in response, but is getting tapped out by these freezes, and an excellent bait from Adam. You can still see some of that twin tail shining through, as Adam recognizing just the good old taunt and bait setup, and he's going to be able to get an excellent read on that grab attempt, as Adam secures a KO with a 50% health lead. Diving into the next round, Adam going to be able to find time to put on that blue mask. likely choosing it as it was just the most conveniently available, and it also means that he gets to dance around a little bit more effectively and stay that difficult target. The Scully pokes just causing Vertical so much trouble right now in conjunction with that Chilla, as while neither necessarily synergizes well with the other, they're both just such solid arms that it can be difficult to play against. The timing between the two just so significant that we're going to see Vert have his rush stolen away from him. We are getting some effective pressure, a little bit of hesitation, worried about that rush, and we're going to see him lose a lot of advantage and control because of that. Does manage to knock down that mask this time. Out comes the rush. He's going to safely dodge around and punishes Adam for that second attempt and is able to come back swinging with an excellent grab setup. Adam Brain rolling right into his hands. Starting things off, Adam throwing on the red mask, going in for the ice chains, was able to get some solid damage, and an excellent read on that rush. Again, just keeping this control, making sure that he's making the right plays when and where he feels he can to be able to bait these rushes out. That said, double toasters is difficult to fight against, and Vert just utilizing them very exceptionally to just outbox, power through a lot of Adam Brain's plays. But we are seeing Adam with the red mask has the capabilities to lead the KO, especially with that armor. Not getting the knockout yet, but we're going to dash right into that Cool Rain. That's going to be Adam Brain advancing with a 2-0 on Vert, and will be awaiting his next opponent in Winners Finals. Try as he might, Vert could not keep up with this Masangan might. Adam Brain, with his Adam-sized brain plays, is going to be able to outwit Vertical, and will be moving on to the Winners Finals to face off against his next opponent. Vertical now chilling in the comeback brackets, waiting for the results of Racha and Mystery Man. See who will be moving down into the lower side to face Slayer, and who will be advancing to face off against the Skew. Red Mask is just good. It's so good. Oh, okay, I see what's going on. There is a bit of discrepancy on how the rules work. And there was a bit of internet issue. So let's see if we can get things set up and keep this tempo rolling. Because if we're doing things quick and efficiently, then that means that I'm going to have good time to get some sleep, which is definitely a nice thing to have when you have to deal with a business that does not wish to respect your needs. I love retail so much. Sleep is almost as good as arms. Debatable. I despise this mouse now. Because when you try to roll up or down, it also, like, it's super sensitive, so as soon as you stop rolling, it reads it as the opposite direction. So I can never fully have something scrolled all the way to the bottom or scrolled all the way to the top. Hopefully all of you in Viewerland are doing good, enjoying life. It looks like Mystery Man was able to take Rocha down 2-0, and thus will be the next opponent for Askew. I'm guessing he's going to be chatting up and... I'll keep an eye on that. Anyway, Mystery Man is ABC, right? Do I have him set as that? No, I don't. Is that too big? I feel like that's gonna be too big. This is so big. Oh no, it fits! Oh wait, oh it just cuts it. Oh, that's nice, it cuts it down there. Oh, it cuts it down there too. Yeah. Never mind. I mean, it fits. Whatever. Alright, we should be good. Mystery Man has appeared. Piper able to take J-Ro out 2-0. Still in the bracket, J-Ro, thank you for participating. Fortune could not keep up with the players today. And thus we'll be chilling on the sidelines, doing the chilling stuff that chill people hopefully do. I don't want to work tomorrow. I was looking forward to it being a day off. I would have loved for it to just be the chill 2 days. It could have been my weekend, but then it wasn't. I'm slightly bitter about it all. Actually, slightly is an understatement. I'm very bitter about it. Because what was supposed to be really relaxing for 2 days is now like, today is stressful because I don't have time to properly relax. Tomorrow is stressful because it's work at 7 in the morning. I mean, I guess it works out in the end, but it's just like, but at what cost? Piper gonna be watching. Piper making notes because whoever loses this, he has to play against. I'm just gonna start saying G instead of good. All G. It's all G. Everything is G. All gamer. We're all gamer here. Oh! I have another new emo in the works. And it's beautiful. And I love it. It's gonna be so good. This is a bad situation regardless. That's why you're taking notes. Study. There's no better way to learn than just study. I mean, there's many good ways. Also, Piper, on the note... Oh, we got Bite and Bark. Piper, you gotta work on those Roaster Mander Rush confirms. Or, like, Flurry Mander Rush. They're scary. But when the Mander is just lifting them into the air and you don't do anything, it's a sad panda hours. Hello there, Violet. Heading into our semi-final match, Mystery Man going to be going in with Bite and Bark, just looking to have a flurry of outboxing going in against Askew. Askew going in with the Chakram Roaster, looking to just catch out everything Mystery Man is throwing out and catch him off guard with those Roasters. A nice dodge to the side. He's going to be able to block it out. Struggling to find a chance to get that Dragon Arm, but we do see Askew has the rush ready. If he can make a good conversion, that's definitely going to be that chance, his opportunity to charge things up. And now he has the room, he has the power he's looking for. Mystery Man needs to find a way out of this. Without Bark around, this is going to be a very difficult thing to perform. He's not going to have the chance. Is he solid 1-2? Sets Askew up with the first point. Girth 5 Chakram is just ridiculous. Chakram in general is just ridiculous. It's been nerfed like 30 times and it's still deadly as everything. Like, I cannot find... Oh! Catching him out on that bar... On connecting with Bark. That is an excellent conversion for Mystery Man. Unfortunately, I don't think that alone can be enough as Askew just gunning in. And is going to secure that first point. I'm pretty sure everybody except for Heavies agrees with you, Piper. Like, nobody wants to play against a Girth 5 Chakram. Even having armor doesn't help too much at the end of the day. looks like we're going to be sticking with Sparring Ring. Looks like Mr. Man going to be switching over to Ninjara for this, trying out a different character, not necessarily too content with how Bite and Bark worked. Was a really solid first round, but once Askew just started warming things up, just crumbled quickly. We're going to be seeing a Roaster Slamamander on that setup. Askew just quickly going in for the chase, looking for a chance to get that Dragon Arm, knows the exact timing when it is officially safe for him to do so, and we do get that Chakram all set up and ready. He is just chewing out Mystery Man right now, who cannot keep up with just the size and power as he's locked into the corner again. I do not think this was a good stage. Credit to him for the idea, trying to switch over to Ninjara, but this is just too much pressure. Once Askew gets Dragon Arm, it pretty much means that Mystery Man, unless he gets a good read, and by a good read, I do mean like he has to get a literal really good read, where it's just like one play that counters out everything that Askew is doing. If he doesn't have that, then that means that that Chakram arm, or Dragon Arm will just continue to power through him in every exchange. That thing just beats shield, it beats boxing. So you basically have to go in for the right call. And sometimes you're just not going to find that. Especially when you're backed up to a corner. I think this is GG. He does find his way out. And he's going to be able to survive. Mystery Man is not out yet. Now he is. And with that, Askew will be advancing to Winter Finals to face off against Adam Brain. It was a good, well-played game. With definitely some really nice plays there, but just could not keep up once Askew got his tempo. Once he got his ground, it just like just crumbled like a dried out cookie. Looks like we have Buster, Temple, and Sparring down, so it's only Mausoleum and DNA Lab, and it looks like Askew is going to gladly go over to the lab of Dan. Good luck against Mystery Man, Piper. Because I know he's looking for some sweet PR points. I need to start finding my way into a couple of brackets. I don't think those ones are. No. I might do one of them, but it depends on how things are going. So there's like no guarantee either way. I would recommend just starting it out, and then we'll catch up as things go. Speaking of starting things out, Askew going to be going in with the double nade, looking to try to just power through Adam Brain. So far, this red mask causing him to no ends of trouble. Only option he really feels he has is to secure that grab. Finally knocks that power up out of Adam and is now charging in with pressure and just looking to try to pummel down and chip through Adam's shield and health. Quick freeze knockdown. Adam getting another chance for the red mask. You can tell he's a little hesitant to throw it out now because that rush would be able to just power through, get the KO. Adam doesn't want to fall just yet, but Askew is kind of setting him up where he has to make a play, make a call. 335 damage is definitely going to be a solid call. Adam just desperately trying to make sure he doesn't lock himself into a corner, but it's too far gone, too late. And Askew going to be able to secure himself that first point. Diving right into our next round. Adam quickly going in for the pressure as Asku charging up, looking to try to find some kind of exchange to get that Dragon Arm. Secures it, and now it's all Adam on Adam to try to push it out of him. Sees that chance for the red mask again. This is definitely going to be a much safer point. As long as he's making good calls, good plays, he can get some good damage, and 275 in. Asku likely looking for a grab or rush conversion, and he's going to be able to secure the grab. Adam Brain now just a hit away from being knocked into KO range of that rush. And a good wide coverage grab going to put him in a position. Adam trying to find his way out, but the giant nade is going to connect fully. And sets Askew up with the first set point. Do I have the fan on? No, I don't. I should do that before my laptop dies. Like, I'll roll the mouse down, and then I'll just see the thing that I'm scrolling down go up. I'm like, I'm sorry, what's happening here? Hold up. Alright, we're just changing Triblast to Hydra. Something, rather than have too much explosion, have something that's a guaranteed knockdown. Like, Smouse. Blast it. Yeah, it looks like we are going to see Askew switching over to it. This is a much more vertical stage. There's a lot more height going on too, which means that that tool should be pretty effective, especially if Adam is going to try to lean into that red mask again. Gives him another way to get a guaranteed knockdown. So far, I don't think he really needs it though, as currently holding on to a strong lead, and he's just stabbing down and bursting through Adam's health. Has him in critical, and a single solid hit is all he needs left. Freeze. Adam gonna try to set up for some kind of opportunity to get the blast or the mask shield, but a stray explosion is going to be plenty enough to get the slay. Askew now holding on to another point. Is this set to best of 5 or best of 3? I think it's set to best of 5. No, it's best to... I need to update this then. Manage. Bracket. There we go. Out comes the rush, and it's going to be able to connect. The Guardian not able to catch up with the Skew's swift movements as he dodges right around and secures his damage. Adam Brain now in critical health, cannot keep up with this, cannot take much more on top of that. And even if he doesn't get hit by anything charged, just these chips are going to quickly eat away at his health. And we're going to get another KO for Askew, meaning that it is a 2-0 advantage. Looking for one more win to advance to the grand finals. Just waiting on Adam to pick his stage. seeing if he might be able to find a good answer to be able to counteract Askew. Right now, he's struggling to find a good answer. It looks like we're going to be heading to DNA Lab once more. Will Atom Brain be able to utilize the stage's larger design to keep Askew at bay? Or is Askew going to just find that chance to get that Dragon Arm and gun him down yet again? Diving in, both players sticking to their loadouts, sticking to their characters. Guardian still on field. Not sure if it's going to be a safe pick here, and looks like Adam doesn't think so either, as he's going to be going in double Chilla. And both players immediately just diving in, guns blazing, neither trying to go for any kind of setup, just looking for that quick start of damage. Askew finally finding a chance to get that Dragon Arm charged up. It's going to help him with boxing a lot more, as that larger girth size means it is just going to travel a little bit faster, recovers a little bit more quickly, and is just a much bigger and more difficult body for Adam to combat. Tries to go for the wide grab, but Adam going to be able to safely parry it off. Another freeze, trying to find a chance to get a mask equipped. Askew just pummeling down at that shield. Trying to find a way to knock Adam out of that yellow mask. Successfully does so. Just looking for one final meaty hit to be able to get the KO. Now any straight hit will be enough to take Adam down. You can see Askew just throwing out all the shots. Goes in for a solid punish, and Adam just tunneling down the path. Not even seeing where Askew is. Just focused so much on that little wall. And with it, Askew just going to have all the time he needs to throw out a punish. And gets the KO. Second round starting off very much in Askew's favor. Jumps high into the air. Gets an excellent wide grab setup. I'm going to try to build up some rush, but he's only going to slow himself down for Askew to land another grab. Finally finds a chance to knock him down, but a quick high wide grab reaches right in yet again. And Adam going to respond with his own jump grab setup. And finally starting to find a little bit more tempo in his favor, a little more control. That Guardian might come in pivotal in trying to block out some of these attacks, but this Pillar is going to be even more efficient at it. Askew going to go in with an excellent lineup shot. Successfully powers through Adam's rush. I feel like if he threw out the Guardian at any point, it might have slowed him down, but it also could have very likely, just based on that positioning, meant that Askew would have just been punching into a giant Guardian rush. Red Mask helping out, preventing him from getting knocked down, but Askew still just eating through that health bar. He's just looking to get this rush ready. As soon as he has it set, it is going to be game, match, set, and match for him. A few seconds left on the clock. Adam trying to build up rush, trying to get some kind of damage. Last second set up, and it's going to be an easy timeout. Askew will be walking away with a 3-0 score against Adam, and will await his next foe in the grand finals. Alright, looking at how the bracket's shaping up. Sriracha currently still locked into battle with Slayer. Mystery Man and Piper locked into their match right now. Adam Brain will be awaiting these players in the the comeback finals. I'm not sure. Yeah, those two are playing right now. Just a reminder for anybody who might be interested, there are other portions of the ARMS community. Links will pop up in the supported by channel in the top right, as well as reminders of other various things such as clips. Don't forget to make clips. Clips are cool. We like clips. It's fun to share them. Helps me because I wish I could do... I would love to, but I suck at going back and looking for them. So please help me out. It would make my life significantly easier and less stressful. I think we're streaming all of Vertical's matches. We did Vertical vs. Piper, and we did Vertical vs. Adam. This is the Vertical Hunger Saga. Oh god, I need to look at one other emote I have, but like, because I still need to check to see if it actually fits, and if it does really well, I might want to bring it in. But like, by the way, if anybody is interested, Sriracha is actually streaming his own matches as well. He does a couple of things on his own end. If you want to go over and give him a follow, there's the link to his stream. That one's spam. If it was work, I'd be really pissed off. We'll let them leave a message. I really don't feel like picking up another call today. Alright, we got Racha, we got Vert. This is our quarterfinals. There, nice and updated. Vertical definitely making some impressive work, making it as far as he had. We'll have to see how things work out right now. Oh, that's not accurate score. There we go. We need to swap these. There. That looks better. Nope, it looks like they left a message. And here we go. Vertical going to be facing off against Sriracha. Temple Grounds will be our stage. Both players readied up. Bub Dragon Burchuck set up as Sriracha's arms. A very interesting loadout choice. I can see a lot of potential in it. We're going to have to see if Sriracha can demonstrate that potential. Vertical going in with the tried and true double toasters. Looking to try to just power through Sriracha right here. And we are seeing a little bit of witchcraft going on as well. These two singing and swinging either which way. I do genuinely hope it is just going on my end. Sriracha currently holding on to a light lead. Vert can easily bring this back if he just finds the opportunity. Excellent dodge! Just slipping right out of the way. Not able to follow up with a rush of his own, but does prevent a significant amount of damage that was coming directly at him. With this, Vert slowly building more and more control in this match. Trying to throw out the grab. The Dragon's doing an effective job of just being an obstacle, preventing these grabs from being as easy to land and stick out. A nice grab from Sriracha, keeping himself alive. Can only take one more hit. Vertical can take a couple. And he's going to just try to outbox this, but Sriracha leaping right over the punish attempt is going to be safe in connection and ends up taking the point as a result, just staying ever ready and on guard. Vertical changing things up, puts one of the toasters away, in comes the Chakram. Excellent boxing tool, really solid on Springman. Vertical definitely demonstrates just how versatile this arm is. Can really work out on pretty much any character. There's like maybe one or two characters in the entire game that can't make Chakram work. Everybody else, it's just powerful. So are quick grabs like that. Sriracha landing 170 damage, keeping himself in the game, in the fight. Lands himself another 170 damage grab, balancing things out. Vertical does have Rush ready. Sriracha ready with one of his own, but it's not going to be able to bring it out in time as he takes 320 damage. And out comes an effective bait with the deflect. Sriracha only going to be able to just burn through the shield, but no disarm. Oh, there's the disarm, but the toaster going to keep him away. And Vertical going to safely recover as a result. Another disarm, but the Chakram going to safely parry it down and gives Vert enough time to get the KO, bringing the score to 1-1. Diving into our next round, looks like Sriracha has switched over to the Burchucks. And I've switched over to the Dry Throat. Now comes the Rush box exchange. Burchuck a little too slow in this matchup, as the Chakram just going to be able to power through. Vertical finds his connection and is able to take the lead as a result. Chakram definitely by far the best flurry arm in this game. Gloves are the only thing that can really contend with it, and that's only if the gloves can connect before the Chakram does. Out comes the Rush. Vertical gonna get some light damage at the start, but not gonna be able to follow up. Sriracha quickly dishing out 315 as a response. Still has a little bit of work to go, but a good rush like that definitely gonna give him a little bit more room, a little bit more time and opportunity. Vertical activating Witch Time is dancing and warping around the field. becoming an omnipresent target that is impossible to connect with. 8 seconds, 7 seconds left on the clock, and the final KO hit is going to connect. Alright, looks like they're both fine carrying on with the matches. Looks like we're going to be heading to Buster Beach for the next bout. Don't mind me, my low energy's making my attention like spread thin. I'm kind of just darting here and there, looking at other things. The less energy I have, the harder it is for me to focus on stuff. It's just, my attention drifts. But let's hope it focuses pretty well, because we've got ourselves a Glusher stepping into the beachy field. Bob Glusher going in with Racha. Vertical going in with Toaster Chakram as his loadout. Just a reminder that Vertical is looking to take this, because if he manages to win here, he will be advancing further in bracket. Racha needs to be able to secure a point here and then take another set to claim the match. Has a lot of work to go. Grab's definitely going to help out with that. Gets 170 damage. Both players ready with Rush, looking for their chance. Thinks he sees that uncharged poke confirmed. Vert thinks he sees a perfect shield opportunity. Neither are going to be able to get exactly what they want, but I'm sure Racha will be more than happy to claim that damage off of that explosion. Both players running low on health. Vertical hesitating a little bit there, ends up getting knocked into a final hit. Cannot take any damage. No straight explosion will be safe for him. Quickly trying to go in for the chase though. Racha not doing too hot himself and is going to get caught out by the grab. Vertical ready this time to go in for the punish play. He's going to be able to secure a KO. Vertical now on match point, looking for one more win to advance. Trying to jump over, could not make it work. Out comes the rush, but Vertical going to be able to safely block it out. Oh god, where is that? What the heck is going on with this? Oh right, my mouse is a piece of garbage. Vertical going to be able to get the KO there. Oh yeah, and that's going to be match point. Vertical will be advancing to face off against Mr. Pied Piper for the rematch. No. I just need these two to start their stage striking. We'll get the lower comeback semifinals well underway. Both players coming at each other once more. We've got ourselves a rematch in the works. As Vertical was the one to take Pied Piper down into the lower brackets. And is looking to do so once more so that he can get a second shot at Adam Brain. Pied Piper looking to try to take Vert down here and now, so that he can have that shot and maybe take a swing at facing off against Askew in Grand Finals. It looks like we're going to be starting off with Sparring Ring. I know Piper had some success here before, but once Vertical just warmed up to the matchup, it became a very difficult stage for him. He's likely hoping that he'll be able to make that magic work the first time these two played here. And he's gonna go start it off with Wolverine claws attached, double tri-blast, just looking to spray and pray as he covers all of Vert's options with just multi-little pellets. 6 of them just constantly flying out at Vert's face. This is literally a bull of hell that Vert is trying to face off against as he tries to find his own marks and line up these shots. Out comes the rush, and it's going to be a successful connection. 300 damage. Vertical going to quickly respond with 330 of his own, keeping himself not too far behind, actually with a little bit of health in his pocket to work with, and a successful KO. We get to see a beautiful slow motion ninja death animation as he slowly slides onto the floor. You'll join the next one? Cool, let me get you the link. There you go. This round starting out a little bit more in Piper's favor, getting some very choice pokes and punishes in, holding a solid lead, and he's going to be able to catch Vert out as he goes in for the perfect shield attempt, looking for a punish, and Piper just keeping up the pummeling. Holding strong. Vertical now just knocked into Enrage, and is now on that last hit. A solid Mander going to be able to reach right around the corner, brings the score to 1-1. Diving into our next round. Vertical going to be the one coming out swinging with fierce power. Gets a good chakram to grab conversion, holding onto a solid lead as a result. Piper does have a lot of opportunities to bring things back. Any good exchange, any couple of good hits, or that rush can definitely put Piper back at that front wheel. Out comes the rush. Vertical going to try to dodge out of the way, but ends up catching 235 damage. as punishment for that misdeed. Out comes the rush. Piper gonna try to dodge. Manages to hold out for a little while, but still ends up taking 175 damage. Manages to knock Vertical into critical. And ends up going for the grab punish on that disarm. Not recognizing that there's still a very ready Toaster just sitting on the side. And we're going to swing out with it. Solid connection, 130 damage, and secures the KO. I'm doing okay. How are you, L-Shards? Looks like Vertical has not forgotten the lessons he's learned against Piper the last time these two fought. He's going to be able to take a very confident first set, putting Piper at back heel. If Vertical finds one more win, he will be advancing in bracket. I'm glad to hear that. Diving into this next stage, we have Viadolsh. This is going to be a very good stage for corner and pressure. This is a tournament, L-Shards. Unfortunately, you cannot join this room. Thank you for the 5 bits. Piper doing a lot of what we saw in the first bout in sparring right now, as he's just done a phenomenal job of just jabbing down and poking away at Vert's health. Not going to be able to make this rush connect though. Vertical still just barely hanging in, chooses to throw out this rush. 310 damage. Piper just looking for one more hit, and it's going to be an uncharged Tri-Blast Bolt, slipping out from the sides and successfully poking him down. Also, congrats on your bit badge now. You get a fancy bit badge. Makes you look special. Vertical with a solid Toaster connection. Out comes the rush, and it's gonna kinda hit 120 damage. Not necessarily the greatest, but it still helps out a little bit. He's gonna keep Piper in the fight, keeping him on advantage. And Vertical having to continue on with this chase. Finds a nice chance for 340 damage. I think that's the full amount that you can get. Both quickly waking up, diving right back into each other's faces. Piper trying to find a way out of this corner. Vertical not wanting him to get out. Both meet face to face, and now we have a quick flurry of exchanges. A full rush from Piper could lead to the KO, but I'm doubtful he'll be able to make it stick unless he gets a really good setup. Now just a standard rush will be good, but Vertical going to be able to see this coming, safely blocks it out. Cannot take much more damage, but he can not take a KO either. But he does find the Chakram chasing its way in. Keeps the score 1-1. Vertical now match point, looking for one more win to advance and face off against Atom Brain. Looking at our verts around, these two sticking with these loadouts. Piper definitely making some really good fortunes that first exchange, but this is slowly becoming more and more Vertical's game to win. Starting off with a very strong lead, really capitalizing on that Chakram, on those capabilities. A 340 rush. And now Vertical just looking for one final hit at him, where Piper has so much work to go. But he's going to be able to secure the Blast Rush confirm, getting 180 damage on top of that Tri-Blast. Slowly starting to secure some control on the field. Vertical losing more control. Just needs that one final hit. He's finally going to be able to make the mark. That Toaster catching Piper out, with slowly gaining more and more control. He had to get that to work because it very quickly could have turned into Piper's match. forgot to change it to semis. But yeah, here we go. And we're gonna have... We've had both of these matches, and we're just gonna have them again. First one being much more confident in its results for Vertical. We'll see if he's able to turn the tides this time, or if Adam's going to, again, just have a very confident 3-0 sweep against Vertical. Only time can tell. And we will be finding out post-haste. Vertical having a revolver equipped and set up. Adam Brain sticking with the Chilla, coolering the Ice Chain duo combo. And he's going to start off quickly, putting on the yellow mask, looking to just build as much rush as possible. This water bottle is not even close to my face, yet it's still close enough that I can still sense echo vibrations in it. I need to get back into the habit of putting lemon in there. I need to get back into the habit of a lot of things. When I'm in a place where I can actually start doing that mentally. Starting off this round, Vertical holding pretty strong, pretty fast, holding on to a solid lead against Adam. We do have the yellow mask equipped. Vertical going to have to try to find some way to take it away, or maybe just simply bait out the rush. I feel like if he threw out the rush to block that grab, like just pop it there and then just choose to block. If he chose to block there, that would have been a good exchange, because that means that he's not going to lose that much damage like he just did off of that yellow mask. Sometimes the best option is just to remove the rush in its entirety rather than risk having a bad exchange. Adam Brain holding on to a sizable lead right now. Vertical quickly trying to bring things back, but a good 1-2 on the 10-second mark will lead Adam Brain that first round point. It looks like we're going to be changing things up, putting one of the toasters away. We've got the widespread projectile bullets of the revolver, well known to be a tool from Penzo. Actually surprisingly prevalent in a lot of Springman loadouts. I know Lockmaster is also pretty fond of it as well, and a long-time Springman player went pure shock arms. We're so far doing a solid job, manages to catch out that little bit of an opening with the grab. He's gonna end up getting caught out this time though, as the grab gets safely deflected on rush. Now Adam Brain balancing out that health pool. Not going to be able to dodge out of the way of that rush even with the blue mask. Toaster safely connects, leads into the revolver, and a solid setup there as the Toaster secures the KO. I think that's 1-1. That is 1-1. The revolver quickly changing the pace of this match. Red Mask could be an effective tool, allows for better armor, allows for some good setups, but it also means that that revolver and that toaster could just be that much worse of a combo for him. Revolver just can eat through his health so efficiently if Vertical is finding the right reads and calls. Gets the disarm. He's gonna just go in for the chase. Tries to bait something out. Ends up just going for the grab, recognizing that Adam was just being a little too cautious there. Again, another perfect shield to respond to that rush. Ends up getting caught out as a result. Out comes the rush, but it's going to be a safe block. That pillar's giving Adam more than enough room to be able to safely shield and not have that shield weakened in the slightest. Scully just being a monster of a pest, just sneaking between all of these shots and keeping Vertical weaker and weaker with every trade. Cannot take a single hit more. Vertical has to go through 50% of Adam Brain's health. With the rush ready, it is definitely possible. Both throw it out, but it's going to be a trade. That's Adam Brain securing the first point. Looks like we're going to be heading to Buster Beach next. Ooh. Alright, let's get back our focus back onto this match. Vertical starting off this round much more confidently. Buster Beach just being such a better stage for him to be able to chase down and line up these shots, especially now that he's expecting that Scully. Double Toaster definitely going to be working out so much better in his favor. Now Adam going to be switching back over to the Coolerang. We might be starting to see a bit of a loadout dance between these two players as they try to outwit and outsmart their opponents. A solid grab confirmed for Adam. Now currently holding out that lead, has that pressure control. This Coolerang Chilla just dominating against Vert. Not sure if he really needed to throw out that rush, but it does help create that much more of a lead, that much more control. You can see he's wanting to go for the KO, and Vert not ready to respond. He's going to get sniped down. Are we going to see counter load up from Vert now? Are we going to see the revolver? Nah, he's going to stick with the double toasters. I kind of wanted to see a bit more of a dance between these two, but Toaster's always good. Out comes the rush. That is going to be a safe block with that compliments to that pillar and that very, very interesting online interaction. Shout out to Nintendo Wi-Fi. The best in the business. Nothing better. We definitely have rollback netcode. S-tier quality Wi-Fi. Out comes the rush. Vertical trying to dodge out of the way. He's not going to be able to successfully make it his way around. Ends up taking 240 damage as a result. Finds a nice grab. Secure. Has Adam locked into the corner, and he's going to just go in for another 150. Keeping Adam, just pummeling him down with these grabs time after time. Out comes the rush, but should have been another grab. But a good punch to slip by as Adam drops his guard is definitely going to be more than enough. This one definitely not going to be a clean sweep for Adam as Vertical takes the match, brings the score to 1-1. Heading into our next match. Now that I didn't zone out again. I definitely have not been zoning out frequently and regularly during all of this. Adam Brain starting off pretty strong, finding a nice chance to put on that red mask. Is currently trying to just pummel down Vert, who's doing an excellent job of just boxing out everything Adam is throwing down. And finally finds a nice knockdown with the toaster. We do have the yellow mask on. It is essential that Vert finds a way to counterplay this yellow mask, either getting a knockdown of sorts or just forcing it out and choosing to block it down, preferably when he does not have a weakened shield. We do see that shield nicely recovering. He might be in a good place where he wants to just bait it out. Tries to box it down again, and we see the same results. It just does not work out that way. Finally finds the knockdown. But after a trade like that, it is always going to be so much more difficult to have to climb back. Vertical definitely still looks like he needs a little bit more practice in the matchup to really figure out what's going on, because it seems pretty likely that Adam is going to be able to safely time him out here. You can see Adam's aware of that too, just hiding it back, and there's nothing Vertical can do there. Diving into our next round, looks like Vertical is going to try that change up, looking for a different tool yet again, and we've got that revolver stepping back into the field, multi-pronged attack. Adam quickly throwing out a violent rush, but Vertical having more than enough space to dip right out of the way, choosing to throw out the rush, just not able to make that revolver timing connect. It is not easy to find out when exactly you want to throw out a rush when you've got the revolver in tow. Those shock confirms just aren't nearly as reliable as some people might hope. Adam throwing on that yellow mask, trying to build rush quickly, but Vertical gonna safely knock it out of him. Keeps this chase going yet again. He's looking to try to find some kind of opening. Continuing to fight back against these pillars, but we've got a yellow mask once again. You know what Adam's looking for, and he's gonna just take, he doesn't even need the mask there as he steals it away. That said, Vertical with an excellent punish off of that shield, off of that Coolerang rush. He's just looking for one final hit. Any bullet will do. Keep him fighting. Brings the round to 1-1. This set can go either which way. I'm suspecting Adam will be changing things up. No, it's actually going to be Vertical changing things up once again. Not too content with how Revolver was handling things. He's just going to go back straight in with Double Toaster. Adam looking, suspecting that he is going to be needing Rush later down on the road, quickly trying to build it up as quick as possible. Gets the freeze, and he's just going to build Rush off of that. Vertical finally finds a knockdown. He needs to keep this pressure going, but ends up throwing the grab, leaving himself completely exposed, and Adam safely rushing and punishing. No yellow mask to save him this time, as that rush was completely spent. And Vertical going to be able to safely secure 270 damage as a result. That said, Adam Brain still holding a lot of control on this match, is just looking for one final hit. Vertical just desperately trying to throw something out, but could not line up shots in time. Adam Brain setting himself up yet again with the match advantage. Looking for one more set win to advance in bracket. Like Vertical wanting to stick with Temple Grounds, wants to find the answer here. Because if he can figure things out here, I think he pretty much has all stages set. Or at least he suspects so. Because otherwise, he loses here and he'd have to come... Or he could win somewhere else, but even if he does, he might have to just come straight back here anyways. And if he doesn't have this figured out by then, he wouldn't be living anyways. Good start. Managing to get the grab confirm off of that Chakram, taking away a quarter of Adam Brain's health. Another blind grab. Those things definitely really scary, very prominent. But when you're just throwing them out without too much awareness of what your opponent might be doing, without too much plan, they can start getting punished pretty easily. And we're seeing that right now as Adam, just very calculated with his plays, with his responses, is now just looking for one final solid pit. And it's going to be the Coolerang with 75% health. Vertical needs to figure out this stage. Revolver helped the last time. Will it help out this time? Mayhaps it would have been wiser for him to stick with it. After securing that first point, he might still... It might be a 2-2 match, right? Or it might be 2-1 in his favor right now, had he stuck with it. Tries to throw out the rush, but again, Adam just making sure that he's set up in advantageous positions when rush comes out. I definitely can see Vertical still has a lot of practice figuring out how to counterplay with rush, find those right answers, as Adam just constantly dancing around him and punishing out every attempt he makes. Coolerang doing an excellent job just powering through the Revolver. Right now it is no longer seeming to represent much of a threat to Adam. Finally gets a charged Revolver into Toaster. Good 160 grab, but Vertical now on his final frames of health, cannot take anything else, and that is it. Vertical once again played straight into that yellow mask and gives Adam Brain a beautiful opportunity to secure the KO. Adam, Vertical, you need to learn how to not rush when there's a yellow mask on the field. You chose every time it was there. Every time. Please, Vert. You had exciting and great matches, but please, sir, please stop doing that. It only hurts you. You lost so much tempo because of that, and it just kept happening. Alright, just waiting on Askew to show up. Hopefully he's still around. I'm pretty sure he's around. Alright. Askew is here. He doth exist. And we can get things rolling for the grand finals. Adam Breen needs a full match win to green out the bracket reset, and then has to work from there if he wants a shot at taking this tournament. Otherwise, Askew just has to take one clean match win. This will be a good win for him. And it looks like we're going to be going to sparring ring. Alright, and we are set to go. Grand finals time. Adam Breen facing off against Askew. Scully Chilla going in Adam's side. We've got a boomerang and nade going from Askew, looking like he's trying out a couple of different things, likely looking for those win confirms. This is a really good stage for those. With there just being a close wall at back, you pretty much always are guaranteed a good opportunity. And then the nade already demonstrated before just how potent and dangerous it can be. Askew starting off very strong, getting some really good pressure, a lot of heavy damage, and Adam just struggling to find a way to fight back against this. I'm not suspecting to see this rush come out. Askew confident he can find the KO, and he's going to be able to make that connection, setting up for the first point moments into the first bout. And we're going to be switching up, and it looks like we're going to have both of them going in with these same tools, just slightly different. Out comes the rush. It's going to be a solid connection. Adam starting off this round much more in his favor, much more in control. Punishes out that jump grab attempt, tries to go for a grab of his own, but that's only going to give Askew a chance to start gaining some ground, start pushing back. Adam trying to find a chance, slips off that blue or yellow mask, tries on the yellow or blue, but cannot hold it for too long. Does find a chance to get the red mask rolling now, which means that Askew is looking for a charged hit from that boomerang. He's not going to be able to make that work though. Adam setting himself up with the second point. Both players now in contention for the first set. Askew responding, go ham in with the boomerangs as we have a Rain-O-Rama in the field right now with both rangs fully present. Askew with double Coolerang. I'm going to be switching over to the blue mask. Can definitely be pretty effective at allowing him to help dodge and weave between these attacks. I'm not suspecting the red mask to be put on. The yellow one actually not too bad of a choice. Can lead to some light damage. Right now Askew just getting called out and punished right here. Out comes the rush. That could be a very easy punish if Adam just solved those windows. Might not even need it though. As he's looking for one final hit to secure the first set point against the Skew. Double boomerang, definitely not the answer. Mouse wheel, please. I just want to do the scrolling things with you so that I can see other things. Looks like we're going to be sticking with Sparring Ring for these two. Looks like Askew just going to go in with the double nades. Nope, we are trying another different tool here. Going in with the Slamamander. Quickly starting off in his favor, the nade quickly put on as that dragon tool can be a little self-destructive if Adam is able to line up those shots, and we do see the opportunity given. But it also means that it's just like nearly impossible for Adam to evade in any retrospect, as these two just both constantly getting knocked back by this explosive tool. I feel like Adam needs to try to like suspect or expect that nade. If he can set something up, he could get some serious damage off of it. Right now the nade is just doing a very safe and happy time pummeling through alongside that Slamamander. Looking into this next round, it looks like Adam has a little bit more control here, but it is still very likely in Askew's favor, even more so as he finds that grab. Gets a quick hit in. Adam trying to set up for that mask shield, but Askew just quickly telling him no, denying him the opportunity, and is catching these opportunities hand over fist, and secures himself his own point, bringing the score to 1-1. Now it looks like we're just gonna be sticking with Sparring Ring. I'm fine with this. It makes my life easier. Askew gonna be sticking with the slam nade, waiting until Adam finds an answer to it. And so far, it looks like Adam's struggling to try to find that specific counterplay that specific setup that he's looking for to be able to take this away from Askew. Finds that knockdown, puts on the red mask, but a quick wide grab is going to be able to take it away. Slamamander definitely being very rewarding and just making those grabs immeasurably faster and that much more easier for Askew to go in for these punishes and setups. One more nade and it's going to be the first point quickly going to Askew. Only a few moments away from it being a speedrun KO. Diving into the next round, it looks like Adam trying to set something up with the yellow mask, anticipating some counterplay that will be needed, but ends up getting caught off guard. Slapamander stealing away the rush, and Askew now has Adam locked into this corner. He's just beating him into a pulp, doing his best just to burn away at Adam's health. He got his first point, and now Askew is looking to make sure that he does not get a chance to gain a second. Quick win confirmed, not going to follow up with anything, just holding still with that freeze. Out comes the rush, and Askew tries to punish it, but the Mander just cannot connect that small girth size, just making it too tiny to be able to reach its way into Adam's face. Good nade, but that is not going to be a blast confirmed, as he did not have any height advantage, nor did Adam. Ice Chain starting to work out in Adam's favor, gives him a chance to build up the rush, but the Mander reaching right around the corner just a little too quickly. Now Askew at a 2-1 advantage. Piper, if you're looking into the stream to reply to your message, I'd probably say if you do that, throw out the Mander like you do, but don't tunnel in the punches with the other arm. Try to practice either while the Mander is flailing as it does, try to jump into the air to line up the shot so the other arm can start connecting and then start the flurry with that one, or wait until the Mander has done a little bit of damage and then start trying to punch in with the other arm. Give it a bit of time just so it can properly line up with your opponent. Because what's going on is you throw out the Mander and then you just start flurrying out with the other rush, and you don't give it time to line up, because while the Mander is doing its stuff, it kind of is, you actually have a lot more control than you think. Alright, heading into what might be match point right here. Adam taking us over to Mausoleum, looking for somewhere where he just does not get cornered nearly as much. But Askew still finding plenty of time, plenty of space to be able to chase down and pummel down Adam's life and shield. Finally finds a chance to don on the red mask. Askew does have a rush ready, and he's got a grab all set too. Quickly steals away another chunk of Adam's health, forcing him into a position where he kind of feels like he has to shield. That can just lead into another very easy grab for Askew later down the road. And another slow fall, this time from Masango. And we are now at tournament point. This may be the last legs for Adam. He cannot lose a single time more. This rush, pivotal and essential, starting off strong, getting 250 damage. Has to be careful of Askew's rush. Tries to go for the punish. Tries a second time and ends up getting punished out, losing out on that blue mask, which was giving him so much control. Does finally find another chance to slip it back on. Wants to keep this rolling. Tried to keep this tempo, making sure that he does not get caught out by any of Askew's wide grabs or setups. Another solid knockback. He's getting a little bit more control now. Askew finally finds that dragon arm, and without the blue mask available, Adam needs to find a way to create some space. Rush comes out singing, and it's going to connect. Adam successfully taking the KO. Brings the score to 1-1. He has to be able to take this one and whatever comes next if he wants to stay in this tournament. Putting the Scully away, I question whether this is not a good play. we'll have to see how this works out, but just seeing how things worked beforehand and how that Scully worked out, I feel like he's either anticipating a change from Askew, or he figured it wasn't going to work out as well the second time around. And considering how well Askew has responded to this before, I'm worried that this is just not going to hold up and Askew is just going to be able to safely power through this. And we are seeing that right now as Askew knocks him into 50% health. Still has 75 in Askew's favor. Quick freeze. Goes for the grab. Is going to be able to connect it. Yellow Mask at the ready. You know he's looking for a chance to try to utilize it. But Askew just... nice setup. Another quick knockdown. Yellow Mask gone. Out comes the rush. And it's going to be a trade in Askew's favor. Closing things out. And that will be his tournament. Claiming first place, Adam Brain second. And Vertical Hunger third.